definitely realistic or cap. This is something we do kind of every show. Earn your leisure. Are these guys truthful, or is financial literacy a dream that they've been selling to people that do not have the means to get to that point? And what I mean by that is that they've been really flying across the internet. People saying they've been scamming people because they have these classes they charge people for, hundreds to thousands of dollars to come to these, events and stuff. So I guess to teach you about financial literacy, but if you're not at a point of stability, you can't get to, literacy if you're not stable. I don't know.
Well, yeah, go ahead.
No, you gotta eat first. You know what I mean? It's hard to study when you're home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
no, but people are paying. They're making money off these classes, though, bro. I'm talking about money. I'm not talking about. You probably heard about the Oklahoma fatback. They was working with that guy allegedly. Tulsa Fund. They did some content with him. The guy that had the Tulsa Fund or something. The Jay Morris. It seems like scammers, they always find something. It's like they'll go from the next thing to the next thing, the next thing to the next.
People are looking for their miracle, and they look at that like a lottery ticket. You know what I mean?
What?
It's false hope and false faith.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say, man, is that financial literacy is definitely realistic. But you got people out there, man, that's that, like John say, trying to sell you a quick fix. So first of all, anything worth something, you're not gonna do it quickly, and it's not gonna be a quick fix.
Right.
So if they tell you it's gonna something that can be done in 3 easy steps and you can have it in 17 minutes, you should probably run from it, brother.
If 3 steps, 7 days.
If you can do it 3 steps in 6 days, I mean, everybody would do it, right? I mean, so,
all you gotta do is give me $39.99 for this match.
Yeah. But the key is what they're saying is true, but the hard work and everything else that goes along with it, you're not gonna do it in 3 days and 7 steps. So I was thinking about this, man, earlier yesterday. Actually unrelated, because I'm like, if somebody said I can make it to the NFL in 3 steps for $39.99, like, who would believe it? Like, yeah, you come to my class for $39.99, in 17 minutes, you're gonna be ready for the league. No, bro, like you can't skip steps.
But what if it's true?
Skip steps.
If it's true, I can't deny this opportunity. I can't pass up this opportunity. If it's true, and then you lose $39.
Well, $39, and the way I used to be mad about losing $39, but now I say, hey, for you to learn a life lesson, if it only costs you $39, go right on ahead. Spend $39.
Yeah.
What I don't want you to do is spend $390,000 to learn this life lesson.
Yeah, for real.
Or $3.9 million. That's what a lot of people are doing. They're spending everything they got chasing this thing, and so in my opinion, in my world, the only reason why that exists is because there's a market for it.
Right.
There's something inside the person that says I need it quick, and so if that market would go away, they would go away. Yeah. So so the answer is it is definitely realistic. It can happen. As a matter of fact, that's what I do on a daily basis. I'm a financial professional.
Okay.
But it's some hard work. Like there is hard work involved.
Hard work. That's the stuff they don't tell you. It's hard work.
All the work is right here. Is right between this point and his point. That's when you change that, you're good. But you don't have to recreate the wheel. You just got to recreate your mindset. That I'm not special. I'm not special. I have to do this according to the way that, like I say, I'm a church guy. So according to the way God set it up, you got to do it. So you can't skip steps, man. Can't skip steps.
God gonna teach you either way. You either go try to do it the right way the first time, or God gonna show you through life to get you back lined up. It's just, I had to learn the hard way. You know what I'm saying?
So it's real. They selling half truths. It's realistic and cap. So the realistic part, the literacy is realistic. learning the skill. But the time, that 3 easy payments, 17 minutes, 17 weeks, you can do this. It's a lifetime discipline, and the things you got to apply and learn.
And I think as our community, I think they make it hard. This is something that I really, when my kids get to like, and they're teenagers, that I really got to hone in and teach them about, because maybe it's everywhere, but it seems like there's this thing about taking advantage of somebody. It seems like it's always this weird thing of like, if it's a way for me to take advantage of people that's within the legal realm, I guess, I'm going to take advantage of it. It's the weirdest thing, because they know that you got to put in work, but they will still say that you could do it in 3 easy steps, even though they know that that's not, you know what I'm saying? I'm selling you a dream, you know what I'm saying? It's the weirdest thing. Even every level of the community, whether it's handyman, you know, do I trust this dude to come, or he gonna be gone by lunch? You know what I'm saying? Do I trust this dude to fix my tire, or is he gonna halfway do it and I'm gonna be flat again? It's always some kind of weird thing, you know. And I think it's in all communities. I don't even think it's just one community. It's always people that are trying to take advantage, and you have to teach your kids that to discern that. Like, wait a minute, that don't sound right. That sounds
and that's why people are so distrusting of a good deal, or even a blessing. You come to them, nah, this is too good to be true, and it's the people that are too skeptical to really take an opportunity. And it's the people say, well, for $39, if it is true, it'll be worth it. And like Jeremy said, if you do it one time, $39, that ain't much. But if you're doing it every month, every week, it's another scheme. You know what I mean? At the end of the year, you just spend $4,000 on some privilege where you could have had a car, a new porch, or started school with that money, or bought your book or something like that. For sure. Or invested in something, you know. So.
Hey, Fatback, when you went to college, did you pick finance the first time you went to college, or did you kind of move into that?
No, to be honest with you, man. First thing is, I went to school. I said I wanted to be an engineer, and I said I wanted to be an engineer just because everybody had told me I like to tinker and pull things apart and put it back together. I love math, so they like, oh man, you should be an engineer. Well, I didn't realize I got the UCA because I went there to play ball, and they were like, oh, we don't have engineering. It's like, we don't have engineering. Really? What do you mean? Yeah,
they're not really engineering kind of school. They're more fun. Okay, that makes sense.
And they like, well, you gotta. I mean, if you want to do engineering, you gotta transfer to U of A. I was like, well, I'm here to play ball. Yeah. And so this is first day on campus. And I'm like, oh snap. Well, and I had my dad in the back of my head. He's always, man, you should probably do finance. So I told her, I was like, what about finance? She's like, okay, there you go. And so that's how I got started. But now is how the Lord works, man, is I basically do financial engineering.
For sure. Exactly.
So, because the engineering that I'm doing is not, it's engineering of the mind. So changing people's paradigm and mindset, especially when it comes to money and everything else like that. So I'm heavily in the investments, but I also enjoy the psychological portion and reconstructing mindsets is what I'm after. So
me and Jay talk about this all the time. Like, do you think that we could prepare kids, like maybe like 11th to 12th grade, to really start thinking about like you said, you didn't know that UCA was engineering school, and they didn't tell you that either when they recruited you, you know what I'm saying? Like, being able to understand, like, when I go to UCA, this is the path that I'm going. Because a lot of kids don't know. They don't know the path. They just go there, like we did, just go there. And then they be like, well, I don't even know what I want to major in. You know what I'm saying? Like, knowing the major before you get there, do you think that would have kind of make things a little bit more efficient?
Absolutely. But the thing I would say, man, is it's just started way before that. Okay. Like, I'm talking about 5 or 6 years old.
I get it.
I would say talking to like your 5 or your 6 year old, and not necessarily.
What? Yes.
I think some
Wi-Fi problem. It's all good. So what you think about that, Jay? We wait on him to come back. What you think about that, Jay?
I think he was beginning to make a great point.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, Wi-Fi froze up. You back
My
now?
bad. There you go.
Said at 5 or 6.
But you said starting at 5 and 6.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think you should start around 5 or 6. So
Yeah.
the reason being is because you are forming who you are and you're forming an identity at that point already. So by 7 years old, you should be knowing what you should be working toward. Now, I'm not one of those people. I don't think you should know that you're going to be a lawyer or a doctor.
Right, I understand that.
Or you're gonna, you shouldn't be focused on that. But I think that there are what my buddy calls it, he calls it a 5-finger glove. I believe that there is your values, who you are as a person, it's known by that point.
Okay.
And so you can express it no matter what field you go into. So now I walk through this 6 things that I walk through people with to identify, like, who are you and what are you put here on this earth to do, regardless of what you're doing at work. Like, you already are doing it. So whether I'm taking out the trash, brushing my teeth, or I'm at work, I'm doing this.
Right.
And so I think that would help people tremendously.
Right.
What is it, like 75% of people who go get a major, they don't do anything that their major is actually pertaining to.
Yeah.
So that was me for a long time. Like I wasn't in finance for 10 years. I was doing something else other than finance. Yeah. But so that's why it's I don't like to focus necessarily on the job, but more on who are you,
the skills
and what is that can be expressed. That can be expressed no matter what field you get dropped into.
So what do you think about that, Jay?
Yeah, I think it's something we've hit on earlier, talking about establishing your own strengths and weaknesses, knowing yourself really good, kind of set you on that course of what you kind of want to do.
Right.
You know what I mean? Analyzing your own skills.
Yeah.
And like you say, like Jeremy said, he can take that in any field. These are your natural abilities or skills set. You know what I mean?
Right.
Your major in college or high school should be something to sharpen or hone those skills or those abilities or natural talents or whatever you call them. So if you started on that path, maybe you have mentors like you spoke about, Mike, that can kind of guide you to that. You know what I mean? And they can see those inner gifts in you. Like, it's our responsibility as parents to see those skills develop in our child, what they naturally lean towards. So the mentoring and role model starts at home. You know what I mean? You show them what you do, but you let them be themselves also.
Because I was telling wife a lot of times, kids in the inner city, especially like in the inner city, like in the straight drop, we were talking about the last podcast, a lot of them being still to read or to be still, to just sit down and think. They don't really get a chance to do that because they're always moving. You're always running around. You rolling with the homies, or you doing this and doing that, playing basketball, but you never really sit down and just think or do some research or just read for a little bit. I know I was always moving around, you know what I'm saying, when I was young too, so I understand the plight, like just getting them to be still and think for a minute, you know what I'm saying? And that's one thing, try to get them to understand. Sometimes you got to just sit down and be still and just read or do some research. Use the internet for a real reason, not just, just be looking at, what's it called? World Star Media.
And I agree with that, but I think the busyness, even when you don't have a job as a child, comes from the parent, right? When you're struggling, you do what you got to do. And that's a lot of running and it's hectic. As a parent, your kids kind of see that and they have the same mindset. They got to play, they got to do this, and they always got to be doing something. You don't have quiet time as an adult. You're always working. You're working double shift, trying to doing that struggle of like or survive and not
Yeah.
live. And that causes your kid to be a little bit more frank.
Yeah.
Because
And